So what you think it's an issue with the milk or?
Maybe because they just switched the caramel to the milk.
Okay,
Get your robo.
I know you. I know you. Shut up. Shut up. I know you.
Ain't no mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you.
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison.
It's possible that T.I. just blew up what little remained of his relationship with King Harris, his kid. Because this time, instead of merely reprimanding him, he took him to court and demanded custody of little King Jr., his grandson. Imagine being served with court documents by your own father, essentially stating that you are unsuitable to raise your child. Nothing will change even if you speak with them and me. Make the necessary calls and take the necessary actions. Nothing is taking place. No favors. No money. T.I.'s entire argument is straightforward yet impactful. He thinks King isn't prepared to be a father, as he foresaw months ago. He claims that King is erratic, careless, and unstable, and that his young boy is in danger as a result of all those crash-out actions. T.I. isn't only seeing King destroy himself and take a kid with him. The crucial question is whether King will resist his father's demands and maintain custody, or if he will give in to the pressure and permanently lose his son. This custody dispute wasn't a sudden development. Silently, it has been simmering and bubbling until it burst into the internet. For weeks, rumors of drama in the Harris home had been circulating, but initially, people paid little heed. Then, whoa! According to court documents that were released, T.I. had actually sued for custody against his kid. Lawyers weren't the only ones advocating for him. According to reports, T.I. himself sent the judge a letter stating that King was unsuitable to be a parent.
Crazy. God damn. Snap back, King. Get right.
Bro, what do you be looking at? What you be looking at? Hey. You falling over, cat.
The entire game was altered by that single line. T.I. was labeling King a direct threat to his own child, not just stating that he needed assistance. That had a greater impact on King than any diss track ever could. King lost his temper as soon as the documents were removed. As if it were a scene from a movie, he rushed to T.I. and Tiny's house, seized his son, and dipped, leaving everything behind. He contacted his father and let all of that hurt and rage out once he was far enough away. The same man who was meant to ride for him made him feel deceived, ashamed, and stabbed in the back. Was heartbreak, not just beef.
Hit me up like, King, I know you tired, you ain't getting no sleep, and the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep, you know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle, lifestyle just life, you know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And he like to walk around the house.
And it was the decisive moment when the drama surrounding the Harris family descended into a full-fledged conflict. This is where things get messier, though, since you can see why King went off like that if you've ever seen the bond between him and Little Jr. Despite everything going on around him, King truly gets excited about his son. People anticipated him to run as soon as his baby mommy, Yaya, announced she was expecting. His past was crazy. People always thought he would crash out rather than move up since he was the careless one. Surprisingly, though, he initially welcomed fatherhood. King was ecstatic when Junior was born, posting, writing songs, and adding captions to Instagram as if he had at last discovered his calling. For a brief period, it appeared like the only thing that could save him was his role as a father. However, old habits are difficult to break. King's demise was swift, and that notorious arrest was the most turning point. It was more than simply a poor night out. It was the event that almost destroyed the Harris family's reputation in the eyes of the public.
What do you want to do? You want to take my bag off my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
Put some guns in here.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety.
You can take
Okay.
the clip out.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. I'm just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. I'm gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool now. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't feeling this.
Just take a step to the side for me. Hey, boss, you don't have any firearms on you?
I do, but it's concealed.
Okay, just leave it where it's at. You cool, man. Just
For sure.
stand by.
King was captured driving recklessly and almost colliding with a police car at a petrol station after being stopped. His future began to slip out of his grasp like sand at that very moment. When the police smelled marijuana, discovered a pistol in his waistband, and then ran his identity, things only got worse. The discovery was significant. It was an unresolved warrant from 2022. DUI, speeding, and license suspension. He had been avoiding it as if it would simply vanish. However, there was no running this time. Everything was captured on video as they cuffed him. And he had a regretful expression on his face in addition to anxiety. That silent knowledge that this time he might lose more than freedom.
Getting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His ass going to prison. If you got to keep this shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how.
He might lose his son. King appeared oddly composed, according to the arresting officer, not in control but rather as if he had finally realized he had gone too far. Furthermore, the disappointment rather than the rage was evident when T.I. arrived to save him. It wasn't just a renowned father helping his well-known kid. That was a father who recognized that his child was following the same terrible path that he had previously taken. This time, however, an innocent infant was at stake. For years, T.I. had been alerting King about this impending event. When King began going viral in 2022 for his outrageous actions, T.I. took to the internet to beg him to slow down.
I'm talking. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here.
Because he was aware that this lifestyle ends in jail or worse, he instructed his son's mother, and even his grandmother to maintain watch. It wasn't just talk, either. Having experienced that existence firsthand, T.I. desired better for his children and paid the price. However, King dismissed it, continued to flex, and continued to be wild. Courtrooms, custody disputes, and family conflicts erupting online were all here now.
He know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandma's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every day.
I know, you capping. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut
I
up.
know you
Ain't no
though.
mystery about him.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know
King's reputation began to publicly deteriorate following the notorious Waffle House breakdown. A pickle on his sandwich may have sounded trivial, but it demonstrated to the world that his entitlement and rage were completely out of control. He lost it, yelling at employees, threatening to fire them, flaunting his wealth, and filming it all as if it were a badge of pride.
Pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand?
Somebody got to raise his hand. I've been seeing him around too here a lot. You gonna raise your own hand? I've been seeing him around too. Huh? Well, when you got when y'all got drugs around those legal guns, they call it's not possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Thank you.
King's reputation began to publicly deteriorate following the notorious Waffle House breakdown. A pickle on his sandwich may have sounded trivial, but it demonstrated to the world that his entitlement and rage were completely out of control. He lost it, yelling at employees, threatening to fire them, flaunting his wealth, and filming it all as if it were a badge of pride. The atmosphere changed when the police arrived. "To whom do you belong?" they inquired. Who held up their hand? No one came forward. He was cautioned by the officers that being found in possession of a weapon during a crime is a felony, not merely possession. The internet, however, wasn't impressed. The crisis portrayed him as a pampered brat who didn't value hardworking people, rather than giving him more influence. Even worse, it made his parents look. T.I. was left shaking his head, their reputations were dragged, and their parenting was questioned, because was not the picture of a young guy attempting to leave a legacy. His son was glamorizing anarchy in this way, and that's where T.I. feels the most hurt. Because King did not grow up in a combative environment. Roaches weren't waking him up. He didn't question whether he would eat that day.
He just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
T.I. provided him with opportunities, protection, and comfort that he had never experienced for himself. But King acts like a hustler from the streets, strutting around as though he's tough, something he never had to show. At an Atlanta Falcons game, no less, the ongoing conflict between father and son eventually erupted in public. What began as a straightforward back and forth quickly became heated. King admitted to his father that he didn't have an affluent upbringing.
He's so cute. Hey, cutie. Hey,
How you doing? You having a
got
good
your
day?
robe on? You smell good? Yeah, he did. Well, you went
It dropped.
Yeah.
So what you think? You think it's an issue with the milk or?
Maybe because they just switched the caramel to the less ingredient.
In T.I., that line ignited a fire. He saw it as a denial of all he had given up, not merely a sign of contempt. In front of everyone, he told King, "You never had to wake up with roaches on your face. You never had to question whether you would eat." King retaliated by saying he had a difficult upbringing at his grandmother's. Online fans disparaged King, accusing him of being affluent and out of touch. Instead, he doubled down, posting firearms, flexing, and chasing clout, instead of trying to improve his image, especially with a child on the way. At that moment, T.I. recognized his son was headed for catastrophe. After King and his son recorded a video showing off their guns, Boosie even had to intervene. The fathers reprimanded them both, and T.I. found it to be utterly disappointing rather than amusing. Guns and flexing only lead one place, jail, T.I. cautioned King. King disregarded this advice, and his imprisonment validated his father's assertion. That was the tipping point for T.I. It was now more about whether his grandson would be safe growing up than it was about influence. T.I. and Tiny embraced Little Junior from the beginning, and many observed that T.I. appeared more invested in the child than King himself. T.I. believes that the goal of this custody battle is to end a generational curse before it spreads, not to gain control. And King is now silent. Perhaps the loudest element of the entire story is King's silence speaks volumes. His next action could either save or ruin his family. This custody dispute isn't about control, according to T.I. The goal is to end a cycle before it engulfs a new generation. Little Junior suffers if King spirals. The Harrises appear flawless from the outside. A son seeking street cred, a father attempting to stop him, and a newborn caught in the midst are all part of the chaos that lies behind the renown. Is real life, not a show. This custody battle feels like T.I.'s last attempt to preserve the Harris lineage. Videos of him with young Junior reveal genuine happiness, a gentle aside that the turmoil frequently conceals. Fans claim that T.I. appears more invested in the infant than in Son, which is a stark contrast that King finds particularly painful. That hurts for a young man who is already struggling with identity and ego. Everyone is kept in suspense by King's silence. Has he already lost? Or is he getting ready to fight back? In any case, what he does next will determine not just future but also that of his son. Because last names are meaningless on the streets. You won't be protected by privilege. And T.I. has lived it, so he knows it. He is working so hard to end the cycle before it engulfs yet another generation because of this. Goes beyond custody. It concerns legacy, survival, and a family name that might never be the same.